Alright, so today we're back at the shop and Big Man is buying a car today. Technically first car, but you know, still got Bertha back here. But you know, definitely going to be buying a car. It's a car that I've been wanting for a little while. Carlos also wanted to get one as well. But comment down below if y'all can guess what car Ivan's going to be getting today. You wanna? Is it another Subi? I hope not. Those are pieces of shit. Yeah, something like that. But definitely I've been looking to getting one for a little bit, and right car, right price. Got some issues, but you know, so does this. So right now we're actually waiting on the car to get here. So what we're going to be doing in the meantime, Yami needs new suspension and Ivan is getting coilovers and he's currently on lowering springs. So we're putting his car on my stock suspension since I lowered my car already. And then we're going to take the lowering springs off, put it on Yami's new suspension whenever it gets here. So in the meantime, we're just going to be taking his suspension apart until the car gets here. Alright, so as me and Carlos were finishing up the suspension on the Subi, car just showed up. So I bought this 2006 Acura RSX. Definitely got quite a few problems that I'm going to be addressing once I get a little bit more money. But overall, it's a pretty clean car for how much I paid. So okay, so today I'm going to be working on the RSX here. So what I got to do today is the valve cover gasket, got to swap out the oil pan, the thermostat, and the vtech solenoid. So I better start getting to work on it. Alright, so it's another new day, and I forgot to pick up the camera, but I just got back from Honda. I went ahead and picked up this housing that the thermostat sits into. It sits against the block, the gasket for it, as well as the bolts, because whoever was messing with the thermostat put a bunch of washers on one of the bolts and put in the wrong bolt. So I just went ahead, got the new housing, so if there are any leaks, it could be canceled out that it's not that. And then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and do the oil pan and valve cover gasket. Alright, so it's update time. I just finished getting out the intake manifold. So now that exposed the thermostat and thermostat housing that connects to the block, as you can see here, whoever did this last used a lot of RTV, which is a no-go. So I'm gonna finish busting this out. So right now I have just the rest of the coolant draining out of the radiator, so that when I go to do that thermostat and housing, there's not as much coolant left in the system. Alright, so I just finished getting the thermostat housing out. Just took it out as one piece. I do want to apologize to you guys. Sorry that the video is kind of jumpy and everything. I'm here by myself trying to get done what I can to this car so I can start driving it. So I just got the valve cover off. I'm going to be swapping this gasket out. After I do that, I'm going to be doing the vtech solenoid while the valve cover is off. It makes it just a little bit easier to get to. Then, unfortunately, with the thermostat housing, one of the not bolts, but where the bolt threads into is stripped out. So I'm waiting for Carlos to come here and redo that, and then after that, all that's left is the oil pan. Okay, so after a while with that thermostat housing bolt that was stripped, we got it re-tapped to a little bit of a bigger size, got it on there, got the valve cover gasket swapped out with the new spark plug seals. So I'm about to throw the valve cover back on, and we also did the vtech solenoid that's in the back of the motor. So not really much left to do besides put everything on the top side back together and then the oil pan is the only thing that'll be left. Alright, so once again, it's a new day. I'm gonna hopefully be finishing this up today. All I gotta do is drop the subframe so I can be able to snake the oil pan out, put the new gasket, RTV, and pan back in, let the RTV dry, fill all the fluids up, and then bleed everything out. Okay, so as you guys can see, I dropped this subframe down so I would be able to snake the pan out of here. There's 4 bolts holding in the subframe, 1 for the motor mount, and then another 3 for the rear motor mount. After that, you're able to just pull it down, and it gives you just enough room to be able to snake the oil pan out of there. Alright, so I just finished putting the car fully back together, added coolant, added the oil. So I'm about to start it, and hopefully no leaks anywhere.